I'm built differently. I'm built differently. I'm built differently. I'm built differently. I'm built.
So, okay, and I thought the last chapter was crazy. What the hell is happening, bro? These people are going crazy with this shit. This is insane. So this chapter, the first thing I want to mention and look at when it comes to this chapter is the cover. The cover has Garou on it, but not only has Garou, he has all the constellations and stuff on his body, right? But a thing that some people might not see or realize is that on his body, in the middle of his chest, you get to see what it's called the Pillars of Creation. I forgot why it's called the Pillars of Creation, but if you look at the thing on his chest, it's a bunch of space gases or something. I forgot what it was made of, but they're basically called the Pillars of Creation. And I think this ties in very well with what we're trying to establish here, that this is a cosmic level threat, and this is a power-up Garou, but it's power-up by God. So, Pillars of Creation, God, the connection there is pretty obvious to me. And I think it is made intentional by Murata, or One, or whoever come up with it. But enough me being a weird nerd. And listen, maybe I'm wrong, and I'm gonna go back when I'm editing this and be like, that is actually not the Pillars of Creation, I'm just a dumbass. And that's just as possible. This chapter starts out with Garou doing a JoJo walk towards Bang, and Bang senses that this is not completely Garou, at least not 100% him. Is controlled by a higher power or something. And of course, he is correct. But when Garou says, no, this is my own free will, Blast comes in. Yes, we get Blast and Garou and Silverfang in the same room. Well, they're outside, but you get my point. And Blast actually says, yes, Silverfang is right, you're being controlled by God. Your mere presence is actually killing or at least hurting people because of your cosmic radiation. And Garou's like, oh cool, that just means I can invoke fear into them easier. With me as a source of fear, the world shall be in peace under the threat and fear of myself. And then he remembers the kid, I forgot his name, god damn it, this is the name, Tario, I think it's his name, and he's like, I'm going to stay away from him, I'm gonna have to stay away from him, but it's worth it, I'm doing this for him as well. And then Genos fucking jumps in and tries to tackle him, but doesn't really work. So he threatens to like fuck him up, but Blast shots a dimension cannon, whatever the hell that means, and Garou just dodges it. But I don't know, Blast has those powers where he can create a portal, so he makes this thing where like he creates a portal for Garou to jump in, but he comes out of another portal right where Blast wants him to go. And then he punches him with a gravity knuckle, which is pretty cool. We are seeing Awakened Garou versus Blast, something we have talked about for so long. Of course, this is not necessarily Awakened Garou, this is like a step beyond Awakened Garou. So this is actually kinda insane. So Blast is shooting at him and punching him with gravity and reality warping kind of powers. He creates portals to trap him. He's trying his best to keep him in place or beat him. But guess what? Garou's like, no. And he breaks out of it with sheer strength and then copies and copies his ability, the gravity punch, the gravity knuckle, and uses also his own punches called nuclear fission. So he does this like combination of nuclear fission plus gravity knuckles, and it's actually like gets blast. Like not only it creates a giant ass explosions in the sky and everywhere, but it even makes a blast retreat a little and pushes him out of the way. And after that, Garou goes back to Genos, looks at him, which is, by the way, the blast fighting fucking Garou is already insane. This is like beyond our wildest imagination when it comes to, you know, the whole power scaling and fight scenes and stuff like that. Nobody would have thought this was gonna happen. This is actually just in freaking sane. This is crazy. This is wild. This is wild as hell. But then Garou, he concentrates his attention around Genos, and he goes to Genos and he's like, I'm gonna freak you up. I'm gonna if I attack you and maybe kill you, maybe I will draw Saitama's attention and he will come and fight me with his full strength. And then he puts his arm to Genos's chest and takes his heart out basically. And at this moment where like there's a whole page of the there's a whole page of the chapter which is just black, you know. That's how fucked up it is. You know, you rarely see something like this. And after that, you see Saitama coming back after basically Garou created a rain out of the insides of Genos, which are mostly just oil, but you know, it's kind of like blood. And Saitama's covered in blood, and he looks at Garou and he's like, what the hell? I'm going to fuck this guy up. And then Garou tosses, you know, Genos' core, which is basically his heart, to Saitama, and he's like, there you go. And basically Genos is dead. I mean, we know he's probably not dead, but he's as close to dead as one could be. His heart is out, everything about him is fucked, like he's fucked up. And Saitama reminisces about Genos and reminisces about how he's always late, and we see a panel of their heroes being down, and Saitama's like, okay, this is serious. And then he's like, killer move, serious punch. And Garou is like, mode Saitama, serious punch. So basically he does a serious punch as well. And what I like about this scene, what I actually kind of love about at least this panel with the serious punch of both of them, they both, like, Saitama did a serious punch and Garou like copied his serious punch. That's crazy, that's insane, that's wild, bro, that's wild. But also what I like about this specific panel is that it shows basically that in this instance Garou has Saitama's face, right? But Saitama doesn't have his face. He's like bordering on the, I don't want to say monster territory, but right now his feelings are similar to that of a monster, where he just wants to fucking destroy Garou basically. He just wants to like decimate him. Whereas Garou, it's actually a little more aware of the situation. He's not as caught up into the emotions, and he has Saitama's face. Saitama's face is more monstrous, whereas Garou's face is more human. I really like that. I really like that about the chapter. And then you have about the panel, not the chapter. And then you have Blast being like, "Oh, this energy, this is very bad. Earth will be shattered if they they connect together and they punch at the same time." And it's like, wait, hold up. Does that mean that literally fucking their punches are strong enough to destroy the planet? Which means that finally we're confirmed they're planet busters. Him and Saitama are planet level. Also, another thing that's really confirmed is that Garou must be stronger than Boros. You see, with Boros, the serious punch didn't even need to like hit him to kill him. In this instance, I don't see a way in which you can argue that after a serious punch, Garou is not stronger than Boros. When one, not only Garou can copy the serious punch and use it himself, but two, he's strong enough that even if he survives this, he will be stronger than Boros. Boros died from the serious punch without the serious punch even hitting him. It was like the air pressure of his punch that hit him. If Saitama even comes as close as he is to Garou, if they even come close to touching each other and Garou doesn't immediately die, that just proves that Garou is way stronger than Boros. Overall, this chapter is very crazy. You have Blast fighting Garou, and then you have Garou fighting Saitama, and fucking Genos dies, and everything is fucking insane. Like, holy shit, this is crazy. And Garou copying Saitama's serious punch. Not only that, but also like the Blast's moves. Holy hell, this is insane. This is an insane chapter of One Punch Man. And it keeps this series keeps getting more insane and more insane. It's like nobody believes it. Like, it's unbelievable what is happening right now. It's actually crazy. Yeah, just insane.
Are you coming with me? Fantasy.